Level the spirit. The spirit is level. Angels are guiding me. I do not follow no devil. Ready my gang on the level. I do not bang heavy metal. I'm guiding a new generation. My sound is a rebel.
Hate on my people, I can't stand for it. Everybody got a phone so they capture it. I cried to my eyes, red like cranberry. You see this statue, we dismantled it. Now they're trying to say we're on some gangster shit. You see this thick hair, can't untangle it. You know this chocolate sweet like Cadbury. Let me tell you what happened in silence. When I was in Blackpool, they called me a black cunt. Let me tell you what happened in silence. Worked at Selfridges, black girls were no good. And my colleagues said to me, black girls, they give all the white girls bad looks. Does my face intimidate you? I'm in a good mood where I acting shook. Let me tell you what happened in silence. When I was in the office and I felt I was too hood. Let me tell you what happened in silence. I was in Plymouth police, that's if I sold drugs. Let me tell you what happened in silence. I was in Southport and I got a big uppercut. Let me tell you what happened in silence. I was only 10 years old and I couldn't stand up. I was only 10 years old and I couldn't stand up. She called me a little nigga, now my top lips cut. If doing nothing was a crime, then a black girl was. If doing nothing was a crime, then a black girl. Now we can't.
Saying that we should be happy that Kemi Badenoch is the first black woman in Tory leadership, and regardless of our political views or opinions, this is a step forward for minorities. Are you okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, she is a mouthpiece for those narcissistic pricks that you call Tory party. And just like Rishi, she will be used to say what they're really thinking. And just like Rishi, they're going to try and push a racist, misogynistic agenda to suit them. And I'm sorry to all the black and brown Asian British people, what the fuck has Rishi, Preeti, Kemi or anybody else did for minorities? Because as far as I'm concerned, they have contempt. They have contempt for us. These coloured mouthpieces, because I don't even think that they deserve to be called black and brown. These coloured mouthpieces will push these racist agendas and wouldn't think twice about the impact that it has on us. These coconuts don't think about the optics of what they're saying and how it is said and how much their rhetoric inflames racial tensions. The Tories' biggest sponsor said that Diane Abbott, who is a black woman, needed to be shot. And Kemi gets her ass up there on the podium and defends him and says, oh, we need to forgive him, this, that and the third. From the time you hear that, this bitch ain't got nothing nice for us. Because when Rishi was Prime Minister, and that was our first Asian Prime Minister, no one was happy. No one was celebrating him. And this is what they don't understand. When they get into these positions of power, or when they make links like this, they are whitewashed so much that they feel like they're one of them. And this is why I feel sorry for certain type of black and brown people when they forget themselves. Because and to be honest, if I'm really being honest, I'm glad that some white people check them at the motherfucking door and be like, don't get too comfortable here, bitch. We still know what you look like. Know your lane and know your place and know what you're being used for. So if you ask me about, are you happy that Kemi Badenoch is the first black woman to be Tory leader opposition, I will tell you absolutely the fuck not. So people are saying that we should...
Yeah, shout out Elaine the Pain, my G, they are, you mean? Walk on. What's going on? Yeah, man, it's G Blockery up in this bitch. So what you telling me? Walk on. Yeah, man, put your name next to your like number if you want to shout out. You can shout you out real quick. Yeah? Come on, so shout out Simon Harrison, did it? I am it. Let it play. Come on, shout out Rika B. Walk on, Reeks. What you saying? Come on. I am it. Shout out Fox number 3. There you are. Come on. Go on. Let's see who else has got a number next to their shit. Alright, that's it. Yeah, man. So, sorry about got a little bit of a cold coming on. You know what I mean? Got the snivels catching up and that. Yeah, I mean, like a little snot nose. Mad. Yeah, man. So big up the people them in the place, man. Yeah, big up Elaine the Pain. Yeah. I'm sure, yeah, that there's a lot of people in the UK. Well, a lot of black people in the UK who felt the same as what Elaine the Pain was talking about there. Yo. Yeah, Kemi Badenoch. Will tell you herself she ain't come through to help no to change the status quo. Yeah, me. Yeah, man. She will tell you herself, man. So, yeah, it's crazy still. Imagine, yeah. A lot of these so-called non-racist people that they've qualified themselves as non-racist, yeah. The people that they like seems like the people that have disdain for their own shit rather than the people that they like and rate and the people them that want improvements for their own shit. It's mad, isn't it? Strange. That's why I keep trying to tell you, man, about the status quo. Yeah, some man might even tell you they're your little brethren or whatever, yeah, but really and truly, yeah, they're just happy that, you know, yo, in the status quo of things, them men ain't you, innit? It's a FedEx. Yeah, information supreme, walk on. Old tight Liggy, come on, slap the like button. Yeah, alright, so shout out man like Gadget, yeah? Subscribe to Gadget's channel. I should have put his @ in the description, yeah? I'm going to start trying to do that now. Yeah, and if you jump on TikTok, look out for Elaine the Pain. Yeah, I did ask her if I could play the video on my channel and she said it's okay. So, yeah, big up Elaine the Pain, how you mean? Yeah, man. I big up Elaine though, you know, like she makes a lot of points here. There's a lot of points that I don't agree with that she makes here. I definitely agree with this one though, yeah. Man, crying over you in the morning, man. Yeah, man. So let's set the tears up, man. Yeah. Hey, wait, hold on a sec. Hold on. Before we get into that. Yo, did any of you guys see Bass Luke's Bisaw Twinkie remix? Mad. Hey, Luke, let me tell you this though, yeah? Bleeding Heart's gonna try and strike you for that. So, quickly get a couple views, slap it on private, I'll put it on another channel, innit? You know? Yeah, man. Mad. Alright, so this video is about 45 minutes long, yeah? It's a long one still. I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to get to the end of it, yeah? Shout out Gadget, he said I could review it on the channel. Yeah, we're going to try and do it justice. You know? No justice, no peace. How you mean? No racist police. How you mean? Hey, that's what I realized, you know. That's what I realised, you know. Yeah, cuz, man. It's mad, innit? Like, the status quo might even be hurting some man, yeah, but they're happy to leave it in place because it means that they're above other people or whatever. Or they feel like they're above other people. I'll call that, cuz, man. Imagine, these men try to claim that I'm a racist when I'm saying, yo, differently, we should be working for something where people were treated equally at the base level. And then a meritocracy on the pyramid structure that we call fucking work, company, management. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure, yeah, 90% of people that are employed, if the person above them in the company was better than, did the job better than they did, qualified on the skills that they had to be there or whatever, there actually wouldn't even be a complaint, innit? We wouldn't get enough of these cases where people are ending up being able to take the to court, so they could take the company to court. It happened with London and Quadrant. The same happened with that black bank manager. The police arrest him. The other guy, the two people that was working with London and Quadrant was more qualified than the other person to get the job. And the reasonings they gave to give the other person the job was straight racist, cuz. They won the case for that. Anyway, man, let it play. Let's go.
Months. The 41-year-old activist appeared at South London's Woolwich Crown Court on Monday after failing to appear at a previous contempt hearing for repeating false allegations against a Syrian refugee. Robinson, real name Stephen Yaxley Lennon, handed himself in to police in Folkestone, Kent, on Friday. Speaking during sentencing, the judge warned supporters in the courtroom to remain silent as he read out his closing remarks. Labelling Robinson's actions a blatant breach of libel restrictions, he told Robinson that nobody is above the law. A non-custodial sentence cannot be justified, confirmed the judge, before handing down the 18-month sentence. Robinson's comments came despite a 2021 High Court order being in place, banning the activist from repeating the allegations against the refugee who sued him.
Excuse me, which media are you from?
All of them.
I'm freelance. Who are you from? Who are you from? Who are you from?
Independent media right here.
Who are you from, lads? Come on, you're all journalists. Who are you a journalist for? You? Mate, watch my film.
Sorry, they ain't got no.
Have any of you watched the film?
Is it called silence?
Yeah, do you not? Do you know what I mean? Look, this is the problem.
Are they silent stuff?
None of them will ever fulfill the truth.
Check. Who in the chat's watched Silenced? Who's watched Silence? Even if you care about it, yeah, some people in the chat that actually don't care about Silence or whatever. Innit? Yeah, they're just there for the team, innit? You know? They just stay up on the team, you see it? How you mean? Yeah. So I've seen Silenced. Seen it on G Block. Okay, how many people have downloaded the court documents? Huh? Who downloaded the court documents? PDF and that. Right, it seems like you missed the trick, cuz. No ways, yeah. Especially people that are classing themselves as critical thinkers. Yeah, free thinkers. People that work on balance and so and so and so and so. I would have thought in that, or giving yourself that sort of label, downloading the court papers would have been of more importance than watching the documentary. Mad. Anyway, man, go on. Let it play.
The truth.
Will they end up like you if they're saying it?
This is totally controlled media, yeah? And they know all I've done is report the truth. I've done what you should be doing, yeah? I filled your gap because you're all failures.
I watched your film, Tommy. Tommy Robinson's documentary Silenced is the reason he sits in prison today. A judge has sentenced him to 18 months in jail for repeating what they say are false allegations against a Syrian refugee. In 2021, the Syrian lad won a libel lawsuit against Tommy, and the court ordered an injunction barring him from repeating these statements. Tommy has been campaigning and fundraising, saying that he has been imprisoned for uploading a documentary that is telling the public the truth. It's a matter of public interest that we know where the truth lies on this issue. So in this video, I'm going to take a close look at Tommy Robinson's Silenced.
Our story appears to start and end in a brief playground incident at Almondbury Community School in Huddersfield. A playground scuffle. One boy poured a bottle of water on another child. The school dealt with it, and that should have been that. 3 weeks later, however, a video clip of the incident surfaced, and within hours, with the help of lawyers and the ignorant rantings of ITV's Piers Morgan and the BBC's Jeremy Vine, it was made into a global news event. And the lives of so many people were turned upside down. Don't even think about life. Were turned upside down.
Tommy's right that this story does start with a playground incident at Almondbury Community School, when one kid, Bailey, tackled the other kid, Jamal, to the ground, pinned him to the ground with one hand and poured water over his head with the other. My alarm bells for this documentary also start with the footage of this incident, or how Tommy presents it. Tommy shows the video of the incident, which went viral in 2018, twice in this documentary. The first instance, the clip you just saw, when Tommy introduced it at the start of the documentary, drowned out by background music and Tommy's narration. He plays the video once more in the film. Have a listen to when in the video mutes and Tommy's narration takes over.
Instant. Listen to the clip again.
Say now then. Nothing. Say now then. Say now then. Hey, nowhere. What's say nowhere? Eh?
Listen to what Bailey's saying. He's asking Jamal repeatedly, what are you saying now? It wasn't a random attack. It wasn't a racist attack. Bailey.
Listen closely to the rest of this infamous clip, from the exact moment where Tommy muted it and started narrating over the top of it.
Bastard, I'll drown you. Oh, you want me to come over and snap you.
Yo. Hey, listen, I don't care who or whatever. If you just saw that clip by yourself, there's no way that you can say that other you with the plaster on his arm is the actual bully or instigator in that. That looks wild, cuz. Mad. Yeah, that's wild, fam. Yeah, I'm saying, I don't know about the waterboarding still, bro, but yeah, that's straight bullying, man. My mistake in the piss in it. And it looks like the youth's, that youth's bigger than or in an older year than the other youth with a cast, innit? But anyway, man, let it play. Hey, listen to Gadget, yeah? Hey, listen, you guys. Subscribe to Gadget's channel. Yeah. Look at his Andrew Tate videos. Hey, Banksy. Subscribe to Gadget's channel and look at his Andrew Tate videos. Yeah, your blood clot Tate fangirl. Yeah, man. Crazy, cuz. Anyway. But alright, so let's look at the take, yeah. As far as I was concerned, if I saw that and that was my, I will be enraged. Enraged, cuz. Come on. Are you bad? That's some piss tape bullying. Mugging man off in front of the whole school and all that as well. It's crazy. But go on, let it play.
Immediately, even before we get into the statements that the court ruled as defamatory, we can see Tommy using this documentary to blatantly mislead his audience. Never in this documentary does Tommy tell his audience that Bailey repeatedly called Jamal a little bastard and threatened to drown him. But he had a lot to say about Jamal. Once this video went viral on social media, it became a big news story. And in Silenced, Tommy is extremely critical of how the mainstream media covered it.
The story you were told. You were told that a vulnerable Syrian child refugee had been bullied and waterboarded by a nasty white boy. You were told it was a racist attack. You were told of the dangers of far-right extremism. You were invited to agree that this kind of intolerance could not.
Yo, sorry, I had to pause it there still. Yeah. Alright. Let me say this, yeah. Obviously, if I was the parent, yeah, you might look at it as like a racist incident or whatever, yeah. But as a like third eye looking in or whatever, there isn't any racist statements made in the attack or whatever. You could say it's bullying. You could say the man, there's like it's an older you onto a younger you. All that sort of stuff there. I'm not 100% sure we can say it was definitely racism or whatever, really. Yeah. But it would get thrown in though, innit? You know what I'm saying? You can see where it would get thrown in, innit? But go on, Gadget. Great breakdown, son. Yeah. I Gadget. Good day, mate. Big up, bro. Yeah, they play. Oh shit, I rewinded the whole shit.
Now, if this discussion and these criticisms of the media from Tommy were all we heard from him in Silenced, he would not be sitting in a prison cell as we speak. He had a lot to say.
And I have to prove, I made a video stating that it was a lie, stating that Jamal wasn't innocent, and telling some facts about Jamal beating up girls, an instance that I'd been warned about by the members of this community to tell the truth about what happened at this school. Well, there are testimonies from several children who alleged they were being bullied by him. Younger children, little girls, mostly girls. Is Jamal the innocent victim you've been told? He's suing me for defamation for what I've said about him. And I'm finding out after teacher after teacher after teacher, he's far worse than what I said. Far worse. I mean, like, far worse. Not least, it was a response to Jamal's alleged threats to rape Bailey's younger sisters. 9 years old at the time of this. And he was far worse than anything I said. Far worse.
It's important to note that Tommy lost the initial lawsuit not because of this documentary Silenced, which came years later. He initially posted 2 videos on Facebook about the incident. These videos, along with Tommy's Facebook account, are long gone, but there are some transcripts in the judgment which show that these videos included much of the same material, with at times some much stronger language from Tommy than we see in Silenced. Here's some examples. Tommy said he had it as absolute fact that Jamal was involved with some Muslim girls in beating up a young girl, kicking, biting and beating her black and blue. Tommy stated as fact that we now know that Jamal beats up English girls in his school. We can see in the transcripts that in the initial Facebook videos, he continuously goes on, stating as fact that Jamal has beaten up girls. This gives you just a snippet of the kind of comments that Tommy was making at the time, which resulted in him losing the libel lawsuit. What we do get in Silenced is a look at the type of evidence that Tommy tried to bring to his defense in court. He references a series of incidents that he uses to justify his position that he could confidently tell his supporters that Jamal has a history of violence. The first is what we will call the hockey stick incident. This young girl claims that Jamal hit her in the back with a hockey stick during PE class, causing her injuries lasting to this day.
Yo, obviously, you know, we spoke about this 20 million times, right? So that's why I'm not really making any sort of new comments. You've heard my opinions on this already, right? So, but for fair use purposes, so we don't just run out Gadget's whole video without having any sort of breaks in it, you know, to appreciate the hard work man's done to edit the video down and whatever. We have to pause and speak a little bit in between the clips. So yeah, I think I forwarded it a little bit too far, yeah, but don't worry, still that's good enough, innit? Yeah, but should we getting into the meat and potatoes? Yeah, we're going for the all the liable claims right now. Yes, all right,
Hey, this girl actually testified in the trial and was one of Tommy's star witnesses. This is how she described the alleged incident in the documentary.
Yeah, basically we were in a PE lesson and we were playing hockey with a teacher called Mr. Cattell, and I had taken the hockey puck off of Jamal because I was on the other team and sent it to the other side of the room where my teammates were, and I then turned around and just felt a really sharp pain in my back, and he'd swung the hockey stick over his head and hit me in the spine with it.
Do you think there's any way that could have been an accident?
No. It knocked me to my knees.
It knocked you to your knees. How long had Jamal been at school when this happened?
About 2 weeks. I've had lasting injuries from it. It's caused me to have severe pain in the top of my back, and I'm on medication for the pain.
Still now?
Yeah.
Did Jamal get in trouble for this?
Not that I'm aware of.
This story of a violent assault surely could have helped Tommy prove in court that it was reasonable for him to tell his audience that Jamal had a history of attacking girls in school. Well, when it came time to look closely at this in court, the details that we learned about this alleged incident are pretty shocking. The girl said that this attack happened while the teacher was in the storeroom, and that there were 20 to 30 other children that were in the class present at the time. Yet, according to Charlie's story, out of all these kids, not one saw the incident or came to help her after this vicious attack took place that left her with lasting injuries. She said in court that she reported the incident to the teacher who was in charge of the PE lesson, yet the school records show nothing to suggest this. If this happened, then the teacher did nothing about it, didn't discipline Jamal, investigate the incident, or even report this serious injury, or even report it to the girl's mother at the time. As an example of what records would be available of such an injury in school, the court saw records of an incident in 2016 where Charlie was struck in the nose with a cricket ball during PE class. The girl suffered a nosebleed from this injury. The school filled out an incident report, which was sent home to her parents. It was documented in a diary for the student, which was kept at the school, which showed that the girl's mother was informed and determined that she would come home for the rest of the day. None of this vicious hockey stick attack really suggests.
Yo, sir. You heard that, right? Man, you know what I'm saying? Don't even listen to nothing that's... Imagine, yo, think about this, yeah? You're such a sycophant that you're not even listening to any of the other evidence that's coming from all these different places. You're only listening to what one man's put out on his documentary. That makes you a sycophant, like an actual proper fanatic. You hear me? But you can't be a critical thinker and just believe one side, man. You have to check both sides of the stories, innit? So, like we've said 10 million times, if the hockey stick incident is true, the teachers would have definitely been informed. A school teacher would have definitely been informed. The school teacher would have definitely been informed. There would have been a sick note or medical note sent home with the parents contacted, like what happened with the cricket ball with the bust notes. The same girl. It's like, why would they document one injury and not document the other? Maybe if there's loads of different children coming forward saying, I got injured this time and it weren't documented, you might have a leg to stand on, innit? But yeah, I feel like this is open and shut, man. That one's easy to work out still. Yeah. Hey, listen, yeah. You see some of the lies that teenagers will try to come up with, thinking that because they think they're smarter than you, innit? You hear me? So some of the flipping fantasy lies that kids will come up with and expect you to believe it's crazy, cuz, trust me. But God, man, let it play.
That the teacher who was in charge of the kids for this day was completely useless, but Tommy's team never called him in to say what happened. Here Charlie mentioned the back pain that she suffers to this day, which she says she is still on medication for.
Hold on to your remote controls, folks. A Swiss engineer has just dropped a bombshell that's sending shockwaves through Silicon Valley. Meet Airwaves, the device that's making streaming giants lose sleep. And every day, viewers jump for joy. Imagine this. You plug in a tiny gadget. Wait, 120 seconds and suddenly you've got Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and virtually every channel known to man at your fingertip.
I've had lasting injuries from it. It's caused me to have severe pain in the top of my back, and I'm on medication for the pain.
Still now?
Yeah.
Yet, the records of Charlie's GP shows no such records. No records of the medications that she says she was prescribed. The only letter that they could provide from her GP was saying that she has no medical issues. Charlie said that she had undergone X-rays and MRI scans after this injury. There would clearly be a record of this happening, but no such record exists. She claimed...
Come on, man. Like, just that alone should be enough for you to say, oh, hey, right. What happened on the documentary might not actually be the full truth then. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how the man are going to do it, innit? They're just going to tell you that, imagine, they're going to say that you're being biased. From looking at both sides, you're being biased. But these guys are only accepting one side and they're being critical thinkers. We're living in a time of Uno reverse right now, where the mad people are trying to tell the sane people that they're the ones that's mad. It's mad. Yeah, man. Let it play.
That the hockey stick incident was a major factor for her anxiety at school. Yet, her medical records show that her anxiety issues well predate the hockey stick incident, and she never once mentioned it to her emotional health worker or the school nurse. Another boy who appeared in Tommy's documentary and was in this class also testified as a witness in court. He said in court that no other students saw this incident because all 30 of them were looking in the opposite direction at the time. His story of what took place that day didn't even match up with Charlie's. There are no records of Charlie's mother reporting this serious assault to her daughter, to the police, or even the school. The judge determined that he was confident that this incident never happened. It was up to Tommy, after broadcasting this to millions of people, to show the court that it was reasonable for him to believe this happened. With this, he failed miserably. But what about the incident that started all of this and resulted in the initial lawsuit? What we will call the biting incident.
A key part of this case is that I reported what I was told. Before my involvement in this story, a mother went online and said her daughter had been attacked by Jamal. I contacted that mother. She sent me images of her daughter. She said her little daughter was beaten by 3 Muslim girls and that Jamal jumped in and bit her daughter on the head. She sent me the images of the bite marks on her daughter's head. I said, can I speak to you? Can I interview you? I rang the mother, but the child was too scared to talk to me.
She's scared.
Oh no, everyone's scared.
This is the incident I mentioned earlier that Tommy covered in the initial 2 Facebook videos. Remember that he said he had this as absolute fact, that Jamal, with a gang of Muslim kids, viciously beat a young girl, biting her and beating her black and blue. Surely, for Tommy to make such strong statements to the million Facebook followers that he had at the time, he must have had strong enough evidence to back this up in court if he needed. Well, for a start, Tommy couldn't bring a single witness to back up this story in court. Not the mother or the girl that Jamal supposedly attacked and bit. All he could bring were these text messages that he exchanged with the mother and these recordings that he made of his conversations with her.
We revisited the mother's house to try and get confirmation as to why she backtracked on the story she had put out and the story she had told me.
I don't care if you're driving, Tommy Robinson's there.
Tell her not to worry, don't worry.
He said don't worry.
Yeah. So when you put online about Jamal, what was the response to that?
What do you mean?
I mean, did you receive any...
Did I receive threats? Yeah, we did.
Jamal's solicitors are using a statement that you made saying that Jamal had nothing to do with it, but was that, I'm asking, was that in response to the threats you received?
Yeah.
It was, okay.
This woman didn't even know that she was being recorded. Tommy never got her consent to broadcast this to his audience. This immediately makes this evidence garbage. It is hearsay and has no strength in court. We will talk about this a bit more later. Not only this, after the initial Facebook post the mother made that initially blew up, she had deleted this post, and after Tommy's first Facebook video posted the following: "It wasn't him, it was the 3 girls. He didn't do anything. This should have not been posted until the full story was told. Deleted."
Yo, god damn. I just rewind the whole shit. Where is it? Yeah, about there. Ah, fuck. Yo. But like I was trying to say there, yeah? Is that those are the liable claims, right? You see the claims that said, yes, we know that this is 100% true. The mum jumps on and says, he's not nothing to do with it. And the man's still saying, yes, this is what happened. You're building out cases against yourself, cuz you set your own self to jail for this one, man. Oh. also, yeah, it's like they would take it as like you're half either intimidating or leading the person on the secret recording. To make claims that might not be able to be proven in court. And you know what, yeah. Alright, I think we're about there. So, you know, it's like the lady saying the claims are untrue. You should remove them claims fast. Yeah, me toothbrush get out the dust fast. Everybody have for yours when we get me clerks. Mad. Alright, man. So we ain't got long left still, man. So let's play some more. Shout out Gadget. Make sure you subscribe to Gadget's channel. Watch the video in full. Yeah, watch the breakdown in full. It's an actual... You know what's mad here? Every time someone else does their own breakdown, they cover points that someone else never covered. And then it's like, yo, all the different points that everyone's covering, it's just mad. Like, I don't know how these dudes are still on the thing of, rah, man's in the right for this one. Quickly take the L and move on to the next one, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
And statements. To the million Facebook followers that he had at the time, he must have had strong enough evidence to back this up in court if he needed. Well, for a start, Tommy couldn't bring a single witness to back up this story in court. Not the mother or the girl that Jamal supposedly attacked and bit. All he could bring were these text messages that he exchanged with the mother and these recordings that he made of his conversations with her.
We revisited the mother's house to try and get confirmation as to why she backtracked on the story she had put out and the story she had told me.
I don't care if you're driving, Tommy Robinson's there.
Tell us.
Alright, as well, yeah, for all the people that keep saying he wasn't allowed to bring the evidence, he wasn't allowed to play the videos in court. He literally just said this was evidence that he played in court and showed the text messages. But like I was trying to say to you guys, it's like, it don't matter if he plays a hidden recording of someone even admitting to the crime. If they can't be put on the stand to be cross-examined, to find out, to confirm any of the bits and pieces, then, you know, how listen, what you gotta think about it is, think about it like, if you was in the dock, yeah, you was in the case was against you, yeah, and they brought up a video of someone saying something, and your solicitor wasn't able to cross-examine what that person was saying. Are you telling me that you would accept this judgment? You wouldn't be in the jail raging like, rah! I got found guilty on some super hearsay evidence. Man didn't get cross-examined, nothing. My witnesses, my barrister weren't even able to question any of the people that was making these wild claims. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was contradiction in the claims. It's like the person's making a claim on video, then said in the text saying that never happened, then making the other claim on the video, all that sort of stuff that no one would accept that evidence to be strong enough to convict them. Yeah. Literally, only a lunatic like a diehard flipping Tommy fan like Diana B would accept all the evidence. So all the evidence that was brought against Jamal, if someone brought that evidence against you, even though you was innocent, you would accept that to say you got flipping, you could be found guilty, liable in the court with costs going to the person opposite. Of course you wouldn't. Hearsay, and not even cross-examine proper evidence. And then you're saying one thing, and your doctor's note says the opposite thing. They're going with the person that says the thing that the doctor's note doesn't. What? But if the doctor's note did say the same thing, yeah, they would say, yeah, see, the doctor's note says it. The doctor's note says it. That's why it's like, bruv, it's mad. It's even crazy having discussions and debates with people like that, yeah, because you're so dishonest, yeah, that it's like, mad. It's crazy even speaking to people like that, bruv. That's so dishonest. Like. How can you have a factual conversation if man ain't gonna tell the truth on the basics before we get to what their actual contention of the real argument is? Mad. Yeah. So I remember, yeah, I told you that I was chatting to some dons on TikTok here, and I was saying that they were saying that they got an NDA. They're not allowed to speak about Jamal, yeah, so they could keep Jamal a thingbob, yeah. And I'm saying, yeah, but it's for the school. For the school, like, obviously, it's because the schools, if the school's in the paper, at the, what's it called? It's to protect the school. Like, it's gone viral that this kid's getting bullied at said school. Yeah? We don't want flipping, like, that chubby Indian dude running his mouth on the front page of the Daily Mail, saying, oh yeah, he's a flipping bad kid and he got burned, and the evidence in his school records says the exact opposite. That's why he's got flipping NDA. So they don't bring the school into disrepute. No, the school would have got sued out of their life. Like, that brother's some chatty patty. You hear me? He went mad still. But, alright. Ran over, man. Yeah. Play.
Don't worry.
He said, don't worry.
Yeah. So when you put online about Jamal, what was the response to that?
What do you mean?
I mean, did you receive any...
Did I receive threats? Yeah, I did.
Jamal's solicitors are using a statement that you made saying that Jamal had nothing to do with it, but was that, I'm asking, was that in response to the threats you received?
Yeah.
It was. Okay.
This woman didn't even know that she was being recorded. Tommy never got her consent to broadcast this to his audience. This immediately makes this evidence garbage. It is hearsay and has no strength in court. We will talk about this a bit more later. Not only this, after the initial Facebook post the mother made that initially blew up, she had deleted this post, and after Tommy's first Facebook video posted the following: "It wasn't him, it was the 3 girls. He didn't do anything. This should have not been posted until the full story was told. Delete it now, I don't want my girl's face on anything." Despite this and the fact that Tommy couldn't provide any hard evidence, he broadcasted this story again years later in silence, and continues to repeat it to this very day. This is a clear and obvious example of defamation, and the judge, of course, ruled in the lawsuit that Tommy failed to prove that this attack ever happened. So far, when we closely look at the claims that Tommy has made against young Jamal, they are a long way from stacking up. There were a few other stories that Tommy featured in Silenced that he tried using in court to justify his narrative about how violent Jamal was.
Because he was to the side of me, so he tried pushing me and so I quickly moved out of there because obviously I knew what he was like, he would have actually hit me and stuff. Yeah. So I moved, and then that's when he moved his arms as if he was going to try to slap my face back.
Okay. And he did, but on that day he spat at you multiple times. Where'd the spit go?
Literally all on my uniform outside and all down the school bag. Because when I went home I told mum and my mum were disgusted in it. But the school said that because it was outside of school times, they can't really do much about it.
Okay.
Jamal grabbed him by his tie, just threw him against the wall, cracked his head open against back at wall and just kept throwing him against the wall. This kid was out unconscious already. That's just malicious. That's just intent to kill.
What about, your mum said something about he put something in between his hands?
Oh yeah, it was a compass. I remembered it yesterday, just as you went. It was a compass. It got a compass and he was going around when he got to me, he went proper hard into me, made me bleed and everything. And I think it was Miss Ennis that proper gave him a top telling off.
Okay, but I've got his dad mention it in the minutes of a meeting. His dad mentions it in the meeting with the school. His dad mentions about them catching him with a knife and a screwdriver. His dad brought it up. I've got it in black and white.
Once again, none of these stories held up. The girl who claimed Jamal attacked and spat on her testified as a witness for Tommy in court, but couldn't keep her story straight. The story the lad told of Jamal viciously attacking a kid by slamming his head into a wall repeatedly until he fell unconscious wasn't even attempted to be backed up in court with witnesses and evidence. The incident where the boy was stabbed with a compass, that Tommy has repeatedly referred to as Jamal stabbing a student, turned out to be a schoolboy prank where he put a small sharp object between his fingers and gave the other kid what sounds like either a high five or a fist bump. Just silly schoolboy pranks, and the school records back up his story. As for Tommy claiming that a knife and a screwdriver were found in Jamal's school bag, the school records from at the time show that Jamal found a screwdriver and not a knife in his school bag and reported it to someone working at the school. They found who was responsible and punished them. There was one mention of a knife when Jamal's father brought this up at a school meeting. They had an interpreter there helping him, and in the minutes of this meeting there was obviously a mix-up, and someone misunderstood Jamal's father and wrote knife instead of screwdriver. Every piece of evidence that Tommy brought to court
It's like the school records and the silenced are two different things, right? Yeah, don't worry about what the school records say. Don't worry about what the doctor's notes say. Don't worry about what the therapists say. Don't worry about all these separate independent witnesses that say different things to what it says in the documentary. Don't worry about none of that. That don't matter. That don't matter. What matters is the documentary says that happened. So that's what happened. Yeah? That's the only thing that matters. Yeah, man, behave yourself. So, crazy. The whole thing's crazy, cuz. Yeah, don't worry about all the separate independent witnesses that have given all these different claims that go against all these hearsay claims that these people that are on secret recordings didn't come to court to be cross-examined to make sure that their claims are solid. You know, they could have done that. And really, that's a bad mind thing, cuz. Imagine, yeah, all right, check it like this, yeah. You've got a job or whatever. Something is alleged to happen at your job, innit, yeah. Man comes around and gasses you and feels like, yo, listen, I'm making a little documentary. I want to film you to say the shit, say this and that happened. You spoke to man, you gassed the man and it said, oh yeah, this youth was bad, rah, 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 rah. He was always in detention. I was supervising him in detention, rah, 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 rah. And he goes, I want you to say that on film or whatever. And you go, no, I can't say it on film. I can't say it on film, I don't want you to film me. Yeah. Right there and then means that that's just super hearsay evidence that can't be trusted in it, because he's not willing to be filmed saying it with chest, and he's not producing no records that are confirming what he's saying in it. Mad. You got man like code. Jeez, oh, go on. Hey, listen. Hey, go. Cognitive dissonance is trying to make sure you raise up from the graveside, cuz. You know? Hey. What are you telling me? Oh, yeah. You know what, Gold? I'm on a different Twitter account now, you know, so my bad. I'm on a different Twitter account, man, not the crypto one. I'm on the YouTube one now still. So I'll log into that one and have a look though. But big up yourself though, man. Long time, you get me? Yeah, man. Say less. Man like gold, you know. Hey, listen. The people them stop donating to my PayPal, man. So you can't rob my PayPal no more, innit? You can't rob me for the PayPal no more, cause mad. Man like gold, you know. How you mean? Jeez. Alright, let me mute up here and let it play.
In his defense, was absolute shit. When you look at the claims Tommy made, the evidence he had to back them up, and what he brought to court, it becomes absolutely clear it's not even in question. Tommy 100% defamed this kid. And Tommy's defense only gets more embarrassing. I mentioned a mother earlier who had no idea that Tommy was recording her. A massive part of Tommy's documentary and his defense in court was footage that he took without people's permission or knowledge with a hidden camera.
I think I now realise how difficult this is going to be, because everyone we've spoke to today, they're all confirming what I said was true. Everyone's confirming what Jamal was like, including school staff. But as soon as I mention this camera, as soon as I mention court, I need someone to come to court, they just totally silent straight away. No one can have said that. I'm realising how difficult it's going to be, but I have got an idea for that now. Bro,
Yo, that alone should tell you there, right? The man wouldn't want to come court and say this shit in court, yeah? So that you got a question, right? Is that definitely true then? Because how are you scared to say this shit in court if it's true and the records are going to back what you're saying? As one of the teachers that was there, you was there making say, you know what I mean? Like with the youth in detention, or you was there when man was getting sent to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, where your ass at, dog, and bitch didn't need me. Where your ass at, dog, and you didn't feed me. Where your ass at, dog, and didn't run off. Where your ass at, dog, and niggas would run off. Where your ass at, dog, you didn't need me. Mad. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Yeah, man. But, yeah, big up the people them in the chat though still, man. Like, come on, please. Yeah. Don't take it as man's trying to attack you. Look at the actual points that's being made. Because that's what I've realised. A lot of people keep providing evidence as personal attacks. Yo, I'm telling you from the start, bruv. Forget about the personal attacks, man. We've done all that shit. Cussed each other out. Said rah, rah, rah. We've done all that already. Years ago. You used to jump on this channel back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago or whatever. I even had to make an actual day, yeah, where you're just allowed to rinse each other all day. Yeah, I'm not even going to jump on and tell you not to say nothing. I might even jump in and rinse. How about that? Yeah. So, like, yo, this right here, yeah, is just attacking the actual points that's being made. Yeah. Every post that's made is about the actual point that's being made. There's a point there that's made. Attack the point. Yeah. Stop getting in your feelings about shit, bruv. Fuck that. Bun feelings, cuz, man. How you mean? Yeah. Alright, go on. Let it play.
Mate, have you still got all those hidden cameras?
Yeah, of course I have, yeah.
Could I borrow them? Yeah, but when I say borrow them, can I borrow? I'm going to need to take them for weeks because I've got so much to do. It's a long story. I'll explain when I see you. But I'm in a bit of a situation. I need some hidden cameras. I need the public to hear and know the truth. I need them to know how much they've been lied to by the media about what happened in this town. And the only way, unfortunately, I'm going to be able to do that is with hidden cameras. Because today, I've heard the truth, but I need every one of you to know the truth. These are all, so this is a tie. There's a camera in that. That's the camera. Mad, isn't it? It's the camera there. You've got everything here. Cameras, glasses. I don't wear glasses, so that's going to be awkward. That's the bottom of a coffee cup. So you put that on the bottom of the coffee cup. I feel like James Bond. This today, that's the camera. I'll have to take this off, but it doesn't matter because apparently this records all the audio, records everything. That's the camera, and I feel a little bit dirty doing this, but it is the only way I'm going to get people to speak. And then I need you to hear what I hear.
When I watched Silenced, I was taken aback by how much of the documentary was Tommy Robinson with a hidden camera, talking to people without them knowing they were being filmed. So I counted how much of the hour and 45-minute runtime this footage made up. And no joke, in total there was over 15 minutes of this. Hidden camera footage of people mostly with pixelated faces. In most cases, we have no idea who these people are, or if they had the roles at the school that Tommy tells us they did.
Are you getting caught short in the rain? With the bearskin waterproof soft shell jacket, you...
He's a nasty little piece of shit.
Was he?
Yeah.
He looked quite violent person.
He was a violent person?
Yeah.
He just rude to him, obnoxious, bloody nasty. No respect for ladies, no respect for girls.
Yeah.
Expected everybody to bow down to him.
What was he like at school then?
Nasty.
To?
Everybody and anybody. He had no respect for women at all. None. Not a very nice boy.
Recordings of someone that you've taken with a hidden camera without their knowledge or permission are pretty well useless in court, especially if you're unable to call them in to testify as a witness in your behalf. These people don't know they're making these statements publicly, and we don't know if what they are saying is able to hold up under a cross-examination in court. As the judge points out in the ruling, it's hard to know how an individual will act when they are unknowingly making public statements due to being secretly recorded. Some might be more honest than they would have, or some might be more comfortable spinning bullshit. It really is embarrassing that Tommy tried to use all this hidden camera footage in court. Out of this 15 minutes of footage, there was one man who was the star of the show. Tommy filled, by my count, 4.5 minutes of runtime with this one ex-teacher, who it seems he found loves to talk.
What was Jamal like though?
A dickhead.
Was he?
He came to isolation a few times. He wasn't perfect child. Liar. Straight. He was just a liar. Jamal telling fibs all the time. I think the media fucking play out fucking Porsche. They don't want fucking lawboarding at all.
I know.
All the footage that we see of this former teacher in Silenced is more useless hearsay evidence. The judge notes in the ruling that he was obviously unaware that he was being filmed, and that it is unlikely he would have agreed to a recorded interview. It is ridiculous that Tommy tried to use his secret recordings of this guy as evidence in his defense in court. I mentioned earlier how it's hard to know if someone doesn't know they're being filmed, if they may be inclined to talk shit, and this ex-teacher is a good example of this. For example, we see him say that he saw Jamal in isolation loads of times.
He came to isolation a few times. He wasn't perfect child.
No. He was betrayed.
Well, you know what job I did, don't you?
He was in isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In isolation loads of times.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yet the school records clearly show that Jamal was never sent to isolation. Tommy Robinson considers himself a journalist.
You're now going to watch the best citizen journalism and the most incredible expose of the establishment you've ever seen. But me, as a journalist, it's my job to present you the truth. Let the government know, let the Attorney General know by signing the petition at www.truthontrial.co.uk to let them know you don't support the imprisonment of journalists for reporting facts to you, the British public.
This is not journalism. Having 2 Facebook videos and a documentary broadcasted to millions that is completely reliant on random hidden camera footage is just begging for a justified, slam dunk defamation lawsuit. And what do you know it, here we are. And I'm not even done with Tommy's slander of Jamal.
You see, Jamal doesn't like to break the school rules. Here's the problem. This is his behaviour record. Almost 100 codes for bad behaviour. Truancy, verbal abuse to teachers, physical violence towards pupils, and lying. Yeah, there's plenty for lying.
Firstly, Tommy shows 2 papers of someone's behaviour records. I say someone's because they are cropped so you can't see any name or other details, and the behaviour record of Jamal from school that was shown in court is overwhelmingly positive. A major part of why Tommy says he has been unfairly prosecuted is the narrative that Jamal is a pathological liar whose word can't be trusted in court. Tommy has constantly repeated this to this day.
This chap, Jamal, brought no witnesses. His school record is littered with lie, 117 disciplinaries. The judge ruled that the only person telling the truth in the whole case, 7 teachers that were covertly recorded were lying.
Well, to debunk this one, we only have to look at the form that Tommy himself showed on screen. Let's zoom in and look at Jamal's shocking history of lying that Tommy constantly speaks of. In September 2018, Jamal went to the library for English class and lied that a teacher gave him permission. In June of that year, he was messing about in a corridor, went to the library and lied that he got permission. And the third and final section that was highlighted on the form as Tommy told us that Jamal is a pathological liar showed that Jamal was throwing pens in class and hit a couple of kids. That is literally it. This is the record of lying that Tommy believes disqualifies Jamal as a credible witness in court. Based on Tommy's standards, how many of us would also be disqualified as witnesses, going by our history in high school? Tommy clearly never thought that someone would ever actually zoom in on the form he showed on the screen in his own documentary. Another major bombshell that Tommy revealed in Silenced was that everyone working at the school had to sign NDAs and were paid off to stop them telling the truth.
How much money is it?
I can't see the figure because if I see the figure, it goes out.
Because, mate, 18.
I've just found out.
Yeah, I told you, cuz, man. That dude's like a chatty patty, cuz. Yo. Hey, listen, man, but we're gonna have to continue this review on the way home, yeah? Because, you know, yeah, man. I'll tell you what, yeah. Check out the community page if you want to see the whole thing just rolling through, no pauses or whatever. Check out the community page. Gadget's YouTube channel's there. Go to his channel, subscribe, watch the video in full. Make an argument against it after that. All these other arguments, like they're literally, no one's literally made an argument against any of the evidence. It's all just like, oh, you just don't like Tommy. Oh, you just da 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 da. Some other stupid arguments like that. You hear me? But yeah, man. All right, so we're gonna wrap up here with my sister from another mister. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, shout out Elaine the Pain. Big up, man. Let it play.
We should be happy that Kemi Badenoch is the first black woman in Tory leadership, and regardless of our political views or opinions, this is a step forward for minorities. Are you okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, she is a mouthpiece for those narcissistic pricks that you call Tory party. And just like Rishi, she will be used to say what they're really thinking. And just like Rishi, they're going to try and push a racist, misogynistic agenda to suit them. And I'm sorry to all the black and brown Asian British people. What the fuck has Rishi, Preeti, Kemi, or anybody else did for minorities? Because as far as I'm concerned, they have contempt. They have contempt for us. These coloured mouthpieces, because I don't even think that they deserve to be called black and brown. These coloured mouthpieces will push these racist agendas and wouldn't think twice about the impact that it has on us. These coconuts don't think about the optics of what they're saying and how it is said and how much their rhetoric inflames racial tensions. The Tories' biggest sponsor said that Diane Abbott, who is a black woman, needed to be shot. And Kemi gets her ass up there on the podium and defends him and says, oh, we need to forgive him, this, that, and the third. From the time you hear that, this bitch ain't got nothing nice for us. Because when Rishi was Prime Minister, and that was our first Asian Prime Minister, what no don't think about the optics of what they're saying and how we should be happy that Kemi Badenoch is the first black woman in Tory leadership, and regardless of our political views or opinions, this is a step forward for minorities. Are you okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, she is a mouthpiece for those narcissistic pricks that you call Tory party. And just like Rishi, she will be used to say what they're really thinking. And just like Rishi, they're going to try and push a racist, misogynistic agenda to suit them. And I'm sorry to all the black and brown Asian British people. What the fuck has Rishi, Preeti, Kemi, or anybody else did for minorities? Because as far as I'm concerned, they have contempt. They have contempt for us. These coloured mouthpieces, because I don't even think that they deserve to be called black and brown. These coloured mouthpieces will push these racist agendas and wouldn't think twice about the impact that it has on us. These coconuts don't think about the optics of what they're saying and how it is said and how much their rhetoric inflames racial tensions. The Tories' biggest sponsor said that Diane Abbott, who is a black woman, needed to be shot. And Kemi gets her ass up there on the podium and defends him and says, oh, we need to forgive him, this, that, and the third. from the time you hear that, this bitch ain't got nothing nice for us. Because when Rishi was Prime Minister, and that was our first Asian Prime Minister, no one was happy. No one was celebrating. And this is what they don't understand. When they get into these positions of power, or when they make links like this, they are whitewashed so much that they feel like they're one of them. And this is why I feel sorry for a certain type of black and brown people when they forget themselves. Because and to be honest, if I'm really being honest, I'm glad that some white people check them at the motherfucking door and be like, don't get too comfortable here, bitch. We still know what you look like. Know your lane and know your place and know what you're being used for. So if you ask me about, are you happy that Kemi Badenoch is the first black woman to be Tory leader opposition, I will tell you absolutely the fuck not. So people are saying that we should